What's up, guys? This is Lee from the Funeral Portrait, and you're watching SoundlinkTV.
What is up, everybody? This is Trenton with Soundlink Magazine. We are here with the Funeral Portrait in Charlotte, North Carolina. How you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing just lovely today.
Nice. What about you?
Lovely.
All right. So you're Lee. People know you, but who are all these guys here? You guys morphed into something else.
I'm Rob. I play bass.
MJ, I play guitar.
Homer on drums.
And I'm Lee. I sing.
So we got MJ in the band here. You know how to moonwalk?
No.
It's actually Michael Jordan. Yeah. His name's actually Michael Jordan.
Okay. Can you dunk then?
No.
Oh. Okay.
I
Well.
would not be in this band if I knew how to dunk.
Oh.
Exactly. He would be on the court.
All right, so you guys are out here with EMERY and some other awesome bands and everything. EMERY's obviously a very influential band in the scene, you know, back in the day and stuff. It's still going strong and brought you guys out on the road. So how did all that get? How'd you guys get that hook up?
That, luck. Yeah. I think that's honestly how some of the, like, how you land some of the best tours, though, is just luck. And I think that's the music industry in general. It's either you're lucky of meeting that person or luck of submitting at the right time that they were looking, you know, and that's kind of how this was. It's one of those things for me, especially like growing up in the South, growing up when this type of music that EMERY plays, the more Christian metalcore, but it's not even metalcore anymore, but how they've evolved. But even like, you know, like with The Question and stuff like that record was so influential to Georgia, you know, and in our scene, you know, so it's so cool to, you know, even though this is only a week, it's so cool to be out with them and hang out. So
Okay. What are you guys expecting to learn from them? I'm sure you guys are going to try to hang out with them, drink a few brews maybe, and get some insight and stuff into their careers and stuff. So what are your goals for a tour like this?
You know, that's
To impress.
yeah, I think that's
Just all about impressing them and see if
being
they.
ourselves too,
Yeah.
and just kind of just seeing how it goes. You know, it would be nice to learn. You know, I've kind of learned what they've done. You know, they were on Tooth and Nail forever, and then they kind of did their own thing, and now they have their own label and their own like podcast and all that kind of stuff, and they kind of have it all like perfectly together, you know, because they've got that core fan base that I'm sure we'll see every night on this tour, that, you know, that will come and just do, you know, that they'll support no matter what they put out. And that's something that I really want to build for our band, and something that is building for our band is every time that we you know, that we go on another tour, we gain these, not even fans, they become like these super fans. And it's a great thing because it's, you know, we'll come back the next time and there will be two kids with a tattoo of a lyric or, you know, of the logo or something. And that's something that we want to build, is that family, that aura about our band, that you become not just a fan, you become like that super fan. And we welcome the super fans. Like I'm like friends with 90% of them on like Facebook and stuff like that, you know, because I enjoy the fandoms. I enjoy fandoms of other bands, you know, so that's important to me.
What's this fandom called? Do you got a name for it?
Well, yeah, it's the Coffin Crew.
Coffin Crew. Okay.
Yeah, it's new.
Break out some windbreakers for that.
Oh no! So it's more about the back patches. See,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can kind of see on here. See, it's like the back patches.
Oh, okay, nice.
Exactly.
All right.
That's more of our style. It's like the patches and stuff like that, because we're the older stuff is definitely had more of, you know, that metalcore influence, you know, which I'm sure people think of like Windbreakers, they think of metalcore, but the new stuff, we're just going like punk rock, like rock and roll, just trying to do it up, you know. So.
All right.
Denim in the patch.
As he's wearing a windbreaker.
Yeah, as like, you know, as some newer members coming into an already established band, you know, it's pretty much, I guess, reassembling the entire lineup, you know, all the different roles and stuff and learning songs that have already been written and everything. What is it? How did you guys get into this? Like, what was, you know, you guys coming into this thing? We're like, oh, we're in this band, but, you know, we're all new. Like,
I feel bad for them, though. Like, you're asking them this question, and I'm like, at first I was like, oh my God, you know, they're awesome and all this stuff, and then I'm like, damn, like they really like not that they have to like to prove themselves or anything, because they're all amazing. It's just I feel bad that like kids will come up to them and like call them the wrong names and stuff like that.
To like answer your question, the mindset I had, because I knew Lee from another band that I played in. We played with his band Cosmoscope, and you know,
Which was
it's basically TFP
Yep, exactly,
in a way. But it was kind of going into this, going in with knowing the material but not imitating, doing our own thing. And literally, like, once I met, Homer and Rob, and of course I knew Lee, I knew his work ethic. We did one tour with Islander for a week and a half, or some week and a few days. Yeah. And and it was like, that's where we kind of felt each other out of going like, hey, this will work.
This is actually going to work.
Yeah.
I remember after the first show being like, oh my God, guys, this is going to work. What about you on drums? Like, what? Were you scared?
Very scared. I knew I had big shoes to fill, so
Do interviews scare you, Homer?
no, I just don't like them.
Complicated drum parts, dude.
Yeah.
All right, what about you?
Me? Well, I was only going to fill in at first, but I decided I really liked being with Lee. So I was like, I'm going to stick this one out with these boys. Not kidding.
Like we owe him.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys just dropped a new single and video and everything. You guys, have a little marketing thing behind that. Coffin must close, or that little tag and stuff. And so, where are you guys trying to go with this new concept and new music and stuff versus the last record, which is it still had like a throwback sound and everything, which I really love the last record and stuff. So, where are you guys trying to take this one?
Well, and of course, like the last record would have a throwback sound because it involved me, and then it also involved all the old members. We were fans of bands from the mid 2000s, and that's something that we even wanted to really focus on this. We want to bring we want to bring the vibe back from mid 2000s, not the sound, but the vibe. And that's why on the new song, like there's like little trap snare, stuff like that, that we're not trying to like bring the sound of 2005, but the feeling, because we all remember being, in middle school or high school and going to our first shows and it being like that vibe, the feeling. And that's what we wanted to bring back. And of course, we brought back the dark imagery. And that was something that was, in my mind, missing from the last record. I wore a pink shirt in one of the videos, you know what I mean?
Pictures were very, very, sort of vibrant and neon-y and stuff.
Yeah, and that was a more of the way that they saw the band going, and that's why it just ended the way it did, or with the old members, is because they just saw it going one way and I saw it going the other way, and they just decided they'll start their own thing instead of just deploying what they wanted. So, yeah.
Okay. So, you guys have a single out. When can we expect like a new EP or new album or something?
That's a really good question. We, of course, it's all planned, it's all in the cards. But for now, we're just focusing single by single. I would expect a new single within the next 2 months. Again, we're all about right now with driving these singles out, just because we're so focused on a moment of that time, and every song has such a special feeling. Like the last one was all about feeling alone and being left, and I think, moving forward, every song is going to have a special feeling to it. So that way we'll focus on those first, and then we'll bring them together maybe at the end and put them all into a record. So the music industry is also changing. If you look at a band like Don Broco, they literally just released 5 singles before ever announcing their record that all 5 of those singles are a part of. So we want to not do the same thing, but kind of like we just want to make sure that people understand this is the funeral portrait before we like throw 20 songs or not 20, before we throw 12 songs at them. We want them to hear this song and then focus their energy on that one and then focus their energy on the next one,
I kind of know what to expect in a way.
Yeah, before
we had a lot to prove with this, and literally playing shows where you have a handful of TFP fans that we've never personally met before. We had a lot to prove in front of them, and so it's like, hey, this is us. This is what we sound like. Get to know
it's been so positive too. That's the best thing about like releasing The Crash. I have been scared. We started working on that song in like July. It's just now seeing the light of day, but it was just one of those things that we just didn't know what kids were going to expect, especially with all new members. So.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing the new stuff. The new song's really awesome and stuff. Looking forward to see what you guys do with that next year and everything. So thanks for talking to us today. I am Trenton with Soundlink Magazine. That is In Your Memory playing if you can hear it. And this is The Funeral Porch. And thanks for watching, everybody.